If you've been watching these videos or have been worshiping with us, either in person in our outdoor service or worshiping live stream at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings through the website, you know that we are working towards being back together in the sanctuary. Our target date again is November 1st. We will continue to do the live stream live at 10:30, but we'll also be inviting people to come and into the sanctuary and worship with us, socially distanced, of course, but at least together in the same place at the same time. I've been saying this month that before we stand again on the premises, we need to remind ourselves that we've always been standing on the promises of God, the fundamental and foundational promises that help us to manage these challenging times. God's promises of forgiveness, freedom, and fellowship, and faithfulness. So I hope you've been worshiping with us this month. I hope you've been watching our sermons. And I hope that you have considered how you can be a good steward of all those promises of God. How you can be a good steward of God's promise of forgiveness by accepting it, forgiving yourself, and seeking to forgive others. By accepting the freedom that we have in Christ, which is the freedom to serve one another in love. Accepting the fellowship with Christ and trusting that God is with us always. And I hope you're looking at how you can be a good steward of God's faithfulness, trusting that God will finish what God has started in your life and in the life of this church. Yes, these are challenging times, but you have always been up to the challenge, and this year is no exception. We've continued to worship all year long. We've improved our live stream feed. We've started this YouTube channel. We've continued to support ministries that are transforming lives here in the city. We continue to support our missionaries in the Middle East, and not just continuing, but we've increased. We've been giving over $25,000 to COVID-19 relief funds, particularly helping those who are challenged to find their next meal. We've also fully funded a new organ that's going to be installed in the next few weeks. And you've continued to pay our staff, even those staff members that haven't been able to work since our campus has been closed. So you have been faithful, and I want to thank you for that. And I just ask that you continue to be faithful. You continue to support this church with your prayers, with your talents, with your presence, and also with your financial gifts. This is the 60th year that Northwest Presbyterian Church has been here at this corner on Northside Drive. And I pray that there is another 60 years at least for this church to be a light in this neighborhood and to continue to make disciples, make friends, and make a difference. But each generation has to decide that they're going to continue to contribute and support the church. And so now it's our time to carry that weight. And I trust that you will, and gladly so. Thank you to all of you who have already pledged. And I invite those of you who haven't to do so as soon as you can. It just makes budgeting for next year a lot easier for us. And we already know that budgeting for next year is going to be a challenge. Because not only have we lost a number of our beloved members, but we've lost some substantial givers. And so now we have to pick up the slack, and we have to continue to give so that the work that we've been doing, we can continue in the future. Stewardship Dedication Sunday is this Sunday, October 25th. It's our hope that we can put your pledge card on the communion table as a sign of your commitment to be a good steward of all these promises of God and a good steward of this church for generations to come. You can do that by emailing the church, by emailing me, by calling the church, by turning in your pledge card. There are many ways that you can make your pledge, but please, we ask that you do that so that we can continue to expand the ministry of this church. And the interesting thing about this year has been, on the whole, we have had more people worshiping with us than any other year that I've been your pastor, and I've been your pastor for over 12 years now. This is the highest average worship attendance we have ever had if you combine the live stream and the YouTube feeds. So we're reaching more people with the good news of the gospel. Let's keep that up, especially when we come back. Let's continue to find ways where we can reach out into this neighborhood and reach into this world with the saving and the good news that God is with us always. Thank you again for your partnership in the gospel, for your faithful stewardship of this church and of the faith that is God's gift to you. Goodbye, and God bless.